future. Yes.
He's going to change your life.
We are one. Let's go.
GSP, your 10-year anniversary. We ready?
We have the card in our hand.
I'm planning to develop way many more things in the Lydian world with my team. Thank you all for being here.
The founder, the chairman of the board, Jose!
You are the first, and our company will be the first. I'm pretty sure that many more institutions will use our technology.
You love it? I love you too. Thank you very much. Let's celebrate 10 years. Thank you.
Regulators have seized Silicon Valley Bank in the largest bank failure since the Great Recession.
Customers were rushing to take their money out.
Get the money out.
There are recent developments that concern a few banks.
We're back with some breaking news this morning. First Republic Bank has been taken over by federal regulators and sold to JPMorgan Chase. This comes after regulators spent the weekend trying to find a buyer for the bank.
Yeah, beginning today, 84 First Republic branches will reopen under JPMorgan Chase. This makes it now the third major bank to go under in less than 2 months. The First Republic closure has now become the second largest bank failure in U.S. history, surpassing Silicon Valley Bank.
Where some of the world's leading money managers are warning the collapse of another American bank could lead to a credit crunch and an economic slowdown. Constrained lending as a result of stricter banking regulation could stifle credit to the U.S. economy at a critical time. We'll be getting an expert view on this in just a moment, but first here's my colleague Samira Hussein on the collapse of First Republic.
As of Monday, First Republic customers turning up at their bank are in fact customers of JPMorgan Chase. The signs above will soon change. First Republic had been under pressure since the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank 2 months earlier. Last week, First Republic revealed depositors had withdrawn $100 billion in the space of a few months. Customers feared their money was not safe. Investors became convinced it was about to fail.
Are there risks of more failures? This is the fourth lender here to collapse this year. Could more be on the brink?
Oh, I think there's absolute certainty of it. Just think about the fact that, people made a huge amount of money here, right? In other words, those people who have driven SVB out of business, who, benefited from the Signature failure, who benefited from the First Republic, slow die, they made a lot of money. And then now looking around to find another target, another bank, which is in a position where they're going to go under. And what they're looking for is, does the bank have a large portfolio of fixed rate mortgages? Does the bank have a huge amount of commercial real estate? Does the bank have, a huge gap between its real, if you will, values and its published values? In other words, when you pick up the bank statement and you see it's got X, Y, Z in assets and ABC in equity, do they really have it? Or do they have a number that they're publishing which fails to recognize marking to market? So, they'll be out there. They're prowling. The antelopes are being prowled by the lions here, and the lions are going to find other ones to attack and bring down. So, yes, there will be more bank failures.
Let's welcome Peter back in to fill us in. Peter, I didn't think I'd see you so soon, but another bank, another shoe drops. How many more? Do you have any prediction, and how bad is it going to get?
A lot more banks are going to fail.
This is just the reality. This is the mess that the Fed made by keeping interest rates so low for so long. This is what enabled the banks to load up on all this low-yielding, overpriced long-term debt, treasuries, mortgages. And government regulators actually pushed the banks into these securities with favorable accounting treatment for government securities or anything guaranteed by the U.S. government. You know, the problem is that we shouldn't even have an FDIC. You're talking about how they might want to tweak the coverage. How about abolishing the FDIC and let the free market handle banking? We'd have a much more solid banking system if depositors knew that their deposits could be lost at a bank that was reckless and took a lot of risks. And then those banks would be under competitive pressures not to take those kind of risks. There's no other industry that's like that. The government doesn't guarantee your money anyplace else. So why should they guarantee it if you put it in a bank?
Warning the government.
All right, family. Greetings, everyone. How's everyone doing? Glad that you could make it to this brand new Future Money Show episode. I'm your host tonight, Fard MacD, Supreme X, the founder and CEO of Fard Money Network and also New Millennium Bankers. So we have a special treat for you tonight because we are running our series, Why GSPartners, Why Gold Standard Bank. That's the series we're running. So tonight I have a guest that is a brother to me, a business partner of me, and someone that I definitely look up to when it comes to social media content and how to have faith in what you're doing, who is none other than my brother Ben X. I know a lot of y'all know him. But before we bring on brother, I got a few questions I just want to ask the brothers. It'll be his first time being on our platform, so we're honored and thankful that he accepted the invite. I didn't pay him anything, but he still came anyway. He's humble enough to still come, and he's going to greet us with his presence, his knowledge, his intelligence, and also his skills and how he's been able to do what he has did on social media with digital real estate. But then he's going to answer the ultimate question that we're here: why Gold Standard Bank? Now, but before we bring him on, we do have to take a look at the current market. This is the Future Money Show, so we have to talk about money. Now, we can't have the Future Money Show and we don't talk about money, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So we want to take a look at money first. And money is gold. Money is gold. Physical gold is money. Been that way for thousands and thousands of years. It's going to be that way for another thousands and thousands of years, right? Money is gold. But money spot price, this is a highly manipulated market, and the spot price of gold closed on Friday at $1,942.41. Now, I want everybody to understand, the foundation of Fard Money Network is built on gold. That's why we're still here. Through the crisis, through the pandemic, through the recession, through all of this stuff going on, we're still here, right? Why? Because we built this platform and we built this information that we bring to you on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, built on this right here, built on the knowledge that gold is money. That's why. So we exercise that. Now, I want to just make it clear. You acquiring gold will not make you rich. Rich is measured in dollars, right? It took me a couple years to figure that out. But however, gold is protection. So you need it. If a crisis coming, a blackout happened, you can't have all your assets on the blockchain. You can't have all your assets in cash. You can't have it in the bank. So you're going to need some physical metal and you're going to need gold, period, right? But gold is not even designed to make you rich. It's more like insurance, like you got car insurance, you got home insurance. We even got insurance on our phone. I just got a new iPhone the other day and they asked me, do you want insurance? I said, no, I don't want no insurance. If I break it, I got enough money, I just buy another. All right. But that's what gold is. It is insurance on your labor. All right. Now, let's get to where we're at today and what is taking the moment, or what is taking and disrupting the known world and disrupting the economy. It is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is disrupting the current status quo, right? A lot of people had their different opinions about it. Some people understand it. Most don't understand it, what it is. However, it is disruptive. However, without my understanding, your understanding, that person understanding, it's $1.1 trillion in the cryptocurrency market cap. All right. With Bitcoin leading the way at over 29,000. And the market cap is up 0.38%. 0.38%. All right. Now let's take a look at some other coins. And these are considered utility coins. So Bitcoin is down 0.99% today. But just remember, family, Bitcoin is at 29,000 right now. Back in 2010, you could have got a whole Bitcoin for less than a penny. Less than a penny. So just can you imagine that? That's why cryptocurrency has made so many billionaires, because, family, to be told, the truth be told, we don't get invited to IPOs. IPO is an initial public offering that come out by big corporations that go to the stock market. We don't get invited to those meetings where we can buy this stock like an Amazon stock for $1, where we can buy a Facebook stock for 50 cents, right? We don't get invited to those meetings. By the time we know about them on the stock market, these things are already in the dollars, are in the hundreds of dollars. But when crypto came, crypto was built with the people with low money. This is how it really launched. That's why cryptocurrency has made more millionaires in the last 15 years than anything else, period. All right. So that'll get us started, but we did have to talk about money because this is the future of money. So I think my brother's ready. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on. All right. We don't want to keep him because we know he's busy and we know he's, doing a lot of stuff. So I wanted to bring him to the platform. I wanted to introduce him to the platform. Now, this is a brother that in my journey, right? In my journey, not just in the nation, but my journey in life and my journey to social media, because I didn't get to social media until 2016. But this is the first brother, one of the first people that I followed back in late 2016. And I started to say, like, oh man, I can, you can build brands on social media. You can do this. I can be myself. I don't have to talk who I really am and I really want to talk about. I don't need nobody to give me the mic. I don't need nobody to give me the platform. I can create my own platform, talk about what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it. So this is a brother that I have the utmost respect for, the utmost love for, and I look up to him when it comes to social media. I definitely look to him to see what's going on because he know exactly what's going on. So let me bring on my brother in faith, my business partner, my brother because we are the same hue, my brother Ben X. Let's bring him on the platform. How you doing, brother? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, man. I'm doing black-tastic.
Black-tastic, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I want to thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure, man. This is a long-awaited dream, a vision that I had to one day have you on Forward Money Network, brother. So that day is here. So I want to thank you for participating. I want to thank you for lending us your time, because you could have told me, but I'm busy or whatever like that. And I would have just had to go with it. But I want to thank you, brother, for being able to come on and let me ask you a few questions that I want to ask, That's all, brother. That's all. But how you feeling though?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Just woke up from a much needed nap. And man, you start getting up in age, boy, you gotta take more naps, man. So I've been falling asleep because of this 5% we getting. I can fall asleep now. I can take me a few naps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna get into that. But listen, you say you just took a nap, brother. Did you take a nap in the barber chair, brother? Because that razor sharp is sharp, brother.
Hey, man, I said the brother must have used a ruler, man, on that thing. No, I got my haircut. Yesterday, but I do take them naps when I'm getting my haircut, though. That'd be the only time I can probably take a nap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All praise be. Let's get into it, man. I don't want to, like I said, I got a few questions that I want to ask you. Now, I know some of your story. I can't say I know all your story, but I have heard you over the years tell your story. I seen you go from having little to having a lot to falling to going back. Now you got a lot. Now I have watched that journey and I have seen it, but you are a brother with extreme faith, all right, and what you're doing in extreme vision to your vision. You're committed. But from what I know, just ask this question. which came first? Did you drop out of college first, or did you quit your last, I think it was FedEx job? Which one came first?
So I was in college. This is probably like 2014 when I dropped out of college. I never had a job up until that time. When I came into the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I'm listening to the minister break down debt is slavery. I'm listening to the minister break down just about the world. And as I'm starting to spread this amongst my teammates, as I'm starting to spread this amongst social media, man, I started getting a lot of great responses. Like, man, this is saving my life. Man, I needed this video. And that started to inspire me and motivate me more than basketball. It started to fulfill me spiritually more than basketball. So I ended up dropping out of school because I always knew I was either going to go to school for basketball or nothing, because I didn't go for college. I didn't go for the education because I felt like I had already learned what I needed to learn on YouTube. And I did, because once I got there, they was showing us how to edit videos the way that they used to, cutting tape and all that. I'm like, man, this is wasting my time. I don't need to know how they used to edit 50 years ago. I need to get some, So I dropped out of college, man. And at that point, my first job was a school job. I study group coordinator, had a school. I worked at that school. And once I moved on from that job, my last job was FedEx. And that's where I had the epiphany. I'm throwing all these boxes on the truck. If I threw 1,000 more boxes on the truck next week than I did this week, my would be the same. And I work temp season. And so what temp season is on November, December, things of that nature, they hire more people to be able to handle the uptick on the orders that's going to come in from the holidays. So the guy has started to go around letting the temp season people know that, hey, we're going to be laying y'all off. He told the wrong one, or he may have told the right one. I did not go to work the next day. I said, man, I'm firing my boss before he fires me. I didn't go back the next day. And from that day forward, man, I have not had a job since.
Man, well, so how old are you? Because how old are you now?
So now, I'm 29.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So at that time, so how old? This was 2014, you saying?
Yeah, I don't know how old I was then. I was 17. I probably 19, 20 around this time.
Wow.
Yeah, because I graduated at 17, so 18. Yeah, so I'm probably about 20 around this time. Because I dropped out of college over about 10 years ago.
So you only had 2 jobs. That's
Yep.
it. Wow.
Well, technically 3. So the first job was the school job. I was there for a short period of time. Then I went to Sterilite, and Sterilite was like slavery to me.
Oh, yeah.
Sterilite, I'm talking about I'm working all day, 12-hour job, no AC. I mean, it was just crazy. So I left that job and like, well, let me get me another warehouse job, because at that time I was excited about $12 an hour. Man, I can make $12 an hour. I'm adding it up. Oh man, that's $100 and some a day. And at the time, I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. I'm just trying to make $3,000 a month. I'm struggling to do that. So then I went over to FedEx, and I'm working night shift, and which was difficult for me because at that time, that's when I did a lot of my editing at nighttime. I'm crashing at my computer at 2:00 in the morning. So that kind of conflicted with my schedule. So I've only had 3 jobs, man. Other than that, man, I've been straight doing for self.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Sterilite. Never worked there, but when the time was hard, I considered it. I never worked there, but I considered it there. But those hours, they crazy. So I'm familiar with Sterilite. We do have that in Birmingham. All right, so that kind of took care of a second question. So the next question is, what motivated you, or what gave you the courage to go full-time entrepreneur, full-time social media influencer? Like what was that light bulb that said like you can do this, and you know what I'm saying, and you have to do this type? What happened? What caused that?
Well, I must say that I think that it stems from basketball. I have the mindset. I have the mindset that whatever I really put my mind to, I can achieve it. I just got that type of confidence, and that grew from me playing basketball. You know, me being a star, me always playing with older people. I never really hung out around people my age since I was younger. I was always playing up. And I just always felt like whatever I did, man, I was gonna be good at it. Like when I did magic, I was cold. I did magic growing up. When I played football, I was cold in football. When I played baseball, they thought I was older than I was playing baseball. So I've just always been an overachiever. And when I played back, when I wanted to go to the NBA, I never wanted to just go to the league. I wanted to be an NBA All-Star. I always wrote that down when they asked what you wanted to be. So at this time, I'm making money on YouTube. You know, I'm you know, it's doing all right. And so it's not covering all my bills. So in my mind, this is my thought process. If I quit this job and I'm not working these hours, that means there's more time I can be putting in myself. There's more videos I can be producing. There's more time I can edit, more uploads. And that was my mindset, man. Do for self. And hearing the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teach on that, I mean, at that time, man, if he said it, man, I believe the guy was going to back it. So when he said debt was slavery, this type of debt I was getting for school was finna put me into slavery, because, you know, they say you got good debt, bad debt. Yes. But this ain't the good debt. Me just going into school, I know I'm not really paying attention. I know I'm not really getting none, but I'm going into debt because I was supposed to be on scholarship, but I wasn't, because they was expecting one of the basketball players to leave that didn't. So I was kind of like a walk-on for a short period of time, but I ain't even wait, because I'm going into all this debt at the time. I'm coming into the teaching. So all this is in my head, and I'm listening to the minister saying, do for self. I'm reading message to the black man and say, do for self or suffer the consequences. And I just wanted to be an example that it could be done. And so when I dropped out, I said, man, let me just double down. I should be able to triple down on what I'm doing. And I seen my sales, my payouts just increase. Okay, the more videos, okay, they watching, my channels is growing. And it just started to increase. And it worked out, man. And here's another thing, right? During that time, and I filmed this, it's on my Facebook. At the end of every month, I probably was struggling, not knowing where I was going, how I was going to pay the bills. This happened for about 10 months straight.
Did you have a family at this time?
Huh?
Did you have your family?
Yeah. I'm sole provider, got a child, and in my mind, I'm like, bro, how is this happening? So now I'm looking at the scripture where it talks about, I forgot how the scripture go, but basically don't worry about where your food is going to come from when you're doing the work. It's one of them scriptures is talking about doing the work, and don't worry about where your, God going to provide.
I know in the Holy Quran it say that don't kill your children for fear of poverty. Allah provides for you and He provides for them. I know the Quran says.
It was. I got to figure out what that Bible scripture was that because it talked about the birds. God feeds the birds, and all that type of stuff. And as I'm listening, or as I'm reading that and considering that, at the end of every month, I always found a way to make enough for the rent. And every month, I didn't know where the rent was going to come from, probably until the last week. So I said, man, this is crazy. This keeps happening. So one day I filmed myself. I said, hey, man, I said, man, I got $10 to my name, and I got 9 days left to pay the rent. So I filmed this. 9 days left. Before the first, I was able to make another video. I had did a video for Dr. Wesley, I think. I did a shoot or something. I made it happen again. So at that moment, I believed that if we did the work and we focused on the resurrection of the people, God will provide. I mean, and not in no spooky mystery God way. I pray for an opportunity. Oh, Allah, send me an opportunity. I know you ain't finna send me no magic box with money in it. So send me an opportunity, and at the end of every month, the opportunity would damn near be the exact amount that I needed to pay the rent, man. It was crazy. So that's another thing that gave me the confidence to do what I did, because I believe that, man, I believe in this mission. I believe in these teachings, and the more people I help, shoot, the more income will come. And so that was one of the things that gave me the confidence that I needed.
How did you get introduced to the teachings?
Well, Brother Malik Muhammad, this is my sophomore year. Yeah, this is my sophomore year. I'm at Cedar Valley. Brother Malik comes and speaks to my school about the role of the male and the female. And he was talking about having 7 children. They all graduated high school early. And he was also talking about doing for self and how long he had been doing for self. And I asked him to become my mentor. I said, man, can you become my mentor? He gives me his email and his number. I'm emailing him back and forth. He invites me to the study group. So I never heard about the Nation of Islam before he came. Now, when I'm researching it, I noticed Muhammad Ali was in the Nation of Islam. Now, Muhammad Ali is an athlete. I'm an athlete. Muhammad Ali got a personality. He can be funny sometimes. I can be funny at times. So I'm relating to Muhammad Ali. So I watched all Muhammad Ali interviews while he was in the Nation. And I was attracted to that. I was attracted to the fact that he's an athlete, but on these interviews, he's not scared to stand on truth. I was attracted to no matter what platform he's on, these white guys are interviewing him and he's spitting his truth about the white man, about our history, about separation. I'm like, man, but the way that he do it, it's easy to consume. It's not like he's being ill-mannered or nothing. He just being Muhammad Ali, but it's like, damn, but he dropping some truth on him. Then I'm seeing how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is what gave him the confidence to deny the war. And I'm just seeing this, man, and he was standing out back then, not just because of his fighting skills, but because of his courage, his knowledge, his wisdom, his understanding, his belief in Allah. So that was attractive, man. And once I started to come to study group, and then I started to listen to the minister lectures in full, I'm like, man, he done answered a lot of questions I had about scripture. He's answering a lot of questions I had about God, Jesus. He's breaking down the reality of it. Then I'm seeing the FOI. Like, man, this ain't no bedside Baptist. This ain't no you can just choose when you come to church or not. This is a military. Like, we going to the streets. We got the final call. We going to people's door. Like, we really dealing with people who are sinners. Because Jesus said he sat with the sinners. It said he was in the highways and the byways. He's raising the dead. Well, these are the dead people that we got. So instead of them talking down because the brother got tattoos, talking down because the brother was pimping, or talking down because the sister was a whore, or talking down because the brother got tattoos, they like, man, no, inside of you, brother, is God. I said, man, that's the real work. They not condemning. They really doing the work of uplifting. So I saw action. This wasn't no sit down religion. This was man, I'm hearing the word, but I got to be a doer of the word. Not that I'm condemning you or nothing like that, but I'm coming to save you with this word. And that was attractive to me, man. So that's what made me join, man. I saw myself in the picture.
What year did you join?
2015. And the minister at that time was breaking down this analogy. He said, if I took a picture of this whole room, who's the first person you're going to look for? The first person you're going to look for is yourself. And he said the reason that our young people don't see themselves in school, or they're not interested in the education and the Bible and all this, is because they don't see themselves in the picture of life. And when I joined the Nation, I was able to see myself in the picture of life. I was able to see myself and my people in the scripture, in the Bible, in the Quran, and where God had came for us. That's what attracted me.
That's heavy. All praise be to Allah. So let's get to the next question. But we got two of our viewers.
And let me say this real quick. This Matthew verse that I'm looking at, thank you, sisters. Matthew 6:26, it says, look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? So that was the scripture that I fed on right there. I said, man, yeah, the birds ain't got to be in no welfare line. Ants ain't in no welfare line. They able to do for self, and man, through what God has already put in place, they are provided for. They are surviving. Man, I'm doing much more greater works than birds and bees and fleas. So I said, shoot, man, this is working for me. So it happened every month after month. And that scripture, man, I seen it come into my life in reality.
Yes, sir, man. Powerful testimony, powerful story, brother. All right, so let's shift gears here now. Let's get down to that. Open us up with some. Everybody you got your juice or your lemonade or whatever, right? So now let's get to the meat of that. That was some meat right there, though, for real though. That was some meat right there. That was deep because I had never heard that story in full. So that was inspiring, brother. All right, so now you have a brand called Digital Real Estate, right?
Yeah.
Now I see people on YouTube saying it. Now you saying you created it though, right? But so I want to hear from you though, my brother, the original man. I want to hear from you. What is digital real estate?
So digital real estate is a concept that I developed years ago because at this time I was being approached by millionaires, and I'm being taught about real estate. And one of the things that they was trying to teach me was, which is valid, get you a fourplex. Many of y'all probably heard of this concept. Get you a fourplex, and if you rent out the 3,
living one,
then that will be enough money for you to pay off your mortgage or your spot. And as I'm listening to that concept, they also talking about get you as many doors. So get you 100 doors. This is like apartment buildings and things of that nature. But you got to go get debt. You got to go get loans, get your credit right. And at that, man, I don't know nothing about all that, getting credit rights and loans and banks. I ain't never borrowed no money. Everything that I've built have been out the mud. Me flipping, wholesaling, pre-selling. I ain't never got no loan to start none of my businesses. So as I'm looking at my YouTube, I said, man, I have over 2,000 properties though online. How do you got over 2,000 properties? Because as they breaking down for me the fourplex, okay, how much do you get profit-wise off of these homes? Well, you may get 200 a month, 300 a month after expenses, maybe 500 a month after expenses. Then I go over to my YouTube. I just made $500 off this one video. I just made 1,000 on this video. On one of my Facebook pages that I manage, we made $67,000 in 1 month on Facebook. I'm earning anywhere from $8 to $10 at the time, $1,000 a month on YouTube. So I said, man, these videos is producing better than these homes that you telling me about. And I didn't have to dump no 50,000, 100,000 into this YouTube channel. I'm dumping my wisdom. I'm dumping my editing skills, my content. That's all I got to do. And I'm getting paid off the eyeballs. So I said, man, this is residual income. I see my YouTube channel as an apartment building. One place. Each video is a door. Each video bringing me back residual income. And the accumulation of all of this money that I'm making on YouTube is more than what you're trying to tell me about on YouTube. It's more than what I'm making more on my Facebook than what you're trying to tell me about when it comes to real estate, and I ain't got no debt. So now, as I'm doing that, y'all know that my YouTube channel got terminated. And then another YouTube channel got demonetized for a period of time. So in my mind, brother Ben, if you're getting 8,000, 10,000 off monetization, knowing that they only giving us a percentage of what they making on the monetization side, they splitting that with us. Now, if you can make thousands of dollars, brother Ben, off of people viewing your content and watching other people's YouTube, what if you had your own product and you put your own commercial in front of your own podcast? Now, instead of me getting paid a small percentage off of the views, now when they click the link, they going to your website. They get your product. They getting your course, your program. So now not only am I getting paid off of whatever they pay me on YouTube, monetization, now I'm getting the full payment because I got my own product now. And so now I say, okay, residual income is about creating something of value, a digital asset that people are willing to pay for on a monthly basis. So I started to think about my cell phone. I pay this cell phone, which may be less than $100, but I pay it every month. My insurance bill, man, it's less than $500 something, but I pay it every month. My Wi-Fi, I pay it every month. So I said, okay. Then I started to even look at, bro, people pay over $100 eating out every month. McDonald's, that's killing us.
Killing us.
Long-term killers, silver is killing us. All this fast food is bad for us, and we know it, and we still go get it because it tastes good. So I said, Brother Ben, you can't create something that's more valuable than a McChipper cheeseburger? You can't create something more valuable than a number 12 with them nuggets and that sweet and sour sauce? Yeah. And so if I can create something of value that gives them life, that makes their life better, I can get them to pay me $50 a month, $25 a month, $100 a month, if it's more beneficial for their life. So now, not only am I getting paid from the YouTube monetization, now my digital product becomes something that they pay every year. So every month. So when I look at this cell phone, okay, $80, that ain't a lot of money. But when they getting $80 from millions
of people, that's a lot.
That's millions of dollars that they making every
month.
month. So that's the concept of digital real estate, setting up digital assets to get paid from these different platforms, but also creating digital assets such as products and services that people will be willing to pay for. So back then, with nobody saying digital real estate in our community, I don't know about the white community because I don't pay attention.
I hadn't seen no ass until I had seen.
But when it comes to our community, digital real estate, nobody was saying that. Nobody was running with that concept. And a lot of them got that, you know, from me. But it is what it is. I'm glad that the concept got out.
You originated that, brother.
Everybody knows who's
now, brother. We're going to give you your salute now, brother. You originated digital real estate. We ain't let nobody come and try to claim that. If you hollering that, you got that from brother BNX. That's what it is, right? We ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? We trendsetters. We set trends around here. We ain't around here to play. All right? We the new rulers that's going to replace these old rulers. But that's significant there. That's deep. Because what you're saying is just because right now I'm in Tampa, Florida, you in Texas somewhere, but we looking at each other, talking, communicate. Tens of people on the stream, Facebook, YouTube. We on like 4 platforms, right? Facebook, YouTube, right? But that's all digital. I can't reach out and touch, brother. He can't reach out and touch me. I can't touch none of the viewers other than my wife in there, right? You feel me? That's digital. That's what that means. All right, so man, next question. That was deep. So okay, so this one here too. This kind of fall in line with that, right? So I try to structure the question pretty nice here. All right. You said what was digital real estate, but I also seen you building communities and malls and temples and stuff in the metaverse. Now, what the hell is the metaverse? Explain to the viewers what is metaverse, because a lot of people see that like that digital, that ain't real like this, but you put the minister there, you put Muhammad there, and I don't know what metaverse you was in, but explain to the viewers, give us a clear understanding. What is the metaverse?
So the metaverse is virtual reality. It's like these ain't these, but you know, you put these bad boys on, and you literally can see another world. When you got these controllers, you can walk in another world. Like for example, if me and you had on the VR headphones or headsets, I can be sitting here, and when I turn like this and you on my right side and you turn like this, you looking at my character, I'm looking at your character. And so the world that I built is called the I forgot what I called it. The kingdom, I think is what I called it. The kingdom. And the reason I built that is to be proactive. That's where the world is going. And a lot of people say, oh, that's Satan. There it is. See, y'all, we being tricked. They said that about Instagram, and you on Instagram. They said that about YouTube, and you on YouTube. And so for me, I know that's where it's going to eventually go. Like, think about it. Our children. What is Roblox? Roblox is 2D, but they're able to communicate with their cousin. They're able to play games live, see their characters live, build stuff live. That's the same thing that's going to be taking place or already taking place in the metaverse in virtual reality. So my mind, I'm going where my people are. Damn what you talking about, the Satan and all this here. We can use whatever they build for good. I don't care why they created it, but we can use it for good. So if I know my people are there, when they go into this world, they're going to be introduced to words from the minister. I got the mosque there. When you walk up to the mosque, you literally hear the minister coming out the mosque. I got a club there. I got a game center there. I got a building the store center where you can debate and things of that nature. So I just always like to introduce the teachers, man, in a creative way. Everybody's not going to come to the mosque. Everybody's not going to listen to the podcast. But I know that it's the truth. Our people naturally cling towards the truth, but we got to get it to them in a way that they can understand it, get it to them in a way that they can get it. So I wanted to create something for those who are going to be in the metaverse, something that's already there for us. We always complain about the white man. We always complain about other communities, what they done did. They done gentrify. Well, at least go do something to combat it. Oh, man, ain't nothing but nigga rapping in there. So that's why I got into making music. Because I said, hey, man, instead of us complaining about the rap, make a song that's going to hit that jam that they can, but it's going to be a different type of content. So I just always try to relate the teachings, man, in a creative way. And that's what gave birth to that metaverse up there. I got two worlds up there. I got one called Black City. So I built a whole city where I can rent out buildings. That's another form of digital real estate. But I don't think there's a mass adoption yet. So that's why I haven't been on it. But I wanted to have something that's already prepared, already there. So like I got buildings that got for sale signs on it. So I got a whole city built out, but you can come in and say, Brother Ben, I want to rent that building. And you can walk in the building. You can put your pictures on the building, your website on the building, like your own storefront. And I already got the whole infrastructure built out.
Man, that's some heavy stuff right there, man. I told people the other day, I told them on the stream today, I think when I was talking about you and DJ Al, man, David Jennings, I said, man, these brothers are intelligent, man. That's why these brothers rich, right? These brothers is intelligent. It takes intelligence. You got to be able to think. You got to be able to think, man. So thank you for that, brother. All right. So let's get now. We're getting down to the nitty gritty now. We're getting down to the next one. So the next one, right? What is your view? You being a millennium, you being of the Joshua generation, me too, but I want to hear it. Folks want to hear it. I just want to know because you're intelligent. So I want to hear what you have to say about it. What is your current view of the current? What is your view of the current banking system that we are under the Federal Reserve? What's your view of that?
My current view of the banking system is that it has its purposes. I'll just tell you my view. My view is that it's used for transactions and borrowing money for assets. If you're using it for any other thing, I think personally is worthless because the banks give us 0.1%, 0.3%. At most, if you got a high yield, maybe 3 to 4% every year. But knowing that inflation oftentimes is going to be much higher than what we're going to acquire in our banks, we're not really saving money. And if we look at what the banks are investing in, they get our money and they practice what is called fractional reserve banking. And this is where they can legally lend out 90% of your money, probably more now.
It's all now. They can do all now. They ain't got to leave nothing.
Charge interest on your money. And if you look at the definition of fractional reserve banking, give you a reward of 0.something%. Not only that, they invest in life insurance. They invest in real estate. They invest our money in assets. So instead of us putting our money in the bank, which only is going to take our money and go put it in real assets, Why don't we skip the bank and put our money in some of those same assets? So us depending on the bank is due to our ignorance, I think, due to our lack of financing. We feel some sense of security there. And we know fiat money, meaning the dollar is fake, really has no value. If we was all to run to the bank and say, give me my money out,
they ain't got it.
Have it.
They don't have it.
They wouldn't have the money. So we have this false sense of security, and all they got to do is put these digital numbers in there. So the same way the banks is able to take our money, go invest it, get this interest, we need to learn and get education on, if I'm going to borrow money from the bank, I'm going to borrow this money from the bank to put it in an asset that's going to give me more percentage than what this inflation is going to give, so I can use them. They call it OPM. So instead of us, I think using the throwing all our money in the bank, now I think it's damn near the same as having your money in the shoebox. 0.1% is damn near like having your money in the shoebox. Okay, I got $1,000 in my bank account, and the average American don't even have $1,000 in the bank account. So what are you gaining every month? Half a penny, half of a penny. You earning nothing. And so the only value that it will have is that if your house burn up, you ain't got to worry about the money burning up. It's at least maybe in an institution or a building. But I don't see the use of a bank outside of transactions, and possibly borrowing the money from the bank, because they're not keeping the money in the bank. Just think about the bank itself. If the bank was so secure, if the bank was the place we need to go, why don't the banks just leave all the money there? Why, when we invested, they moving it out to another place, to another asset? So that's my current.
You just taught a lesson.
Blockchain is decentralized. We put all this, oh man, the banks is the banks that, but banks lose money too, and it's only insured up to $250,000. Now, what about all of us who got these big dreams of having multi-millions and want to become billionaires? We talk about everything else that's supposed to be, it's not secured. They only secured up to about $250,000.
None of the billionaires.
That ain't no whole lot of.
None of the billionaires have money in the bank. None of the billionaires have money in the bank.
Yeah, and it's 250. I ain't saying $250,000. I know a whole bunch of money, but even the bank can't secure all of your money either.
They can't.
So that's my current view, man, on the banking system. I never really I never even looked at the bank as something that's going to give me a percentage on my money. And as I'm learning about different assets like GSPartners, I'm gonna borrow.
Ho. Don't jump in front of the host. Don't jump in front of the host. Hold up, man. We're going to get the GSPartners because that's what we're here for. We're going to get there, right? But I do want to get, pull your brain. Like I said, you're a highly intelligent brother. And I'm not just saying that just to be saying that. I don't do that, right? I don't gas nobody, but you don't need no gas anyway. But you are a super intelligent brother, for real. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But the next question, all right? We're going to go back to them teachers a little bit right now. We're going to go back. We're going to get back a little bit. Now, we're coming down to the end. We got like 3 more questions. But this one here, this is deep. Ben, can you explain to us and explain to the world? We're probably going to chop this part up right here and make sure this get out. Brother, can you explain to the people, what is the secret to unlocking problem 13? Because I see, I'm saying that, family. Y'all laughing. Brother got luxury cars. Brother got cash flow. He got a business that's booming and thriving. He got a family, growing family, right? He got his queen. He you know what I'm saying? He was able to free his mother before she passed, bought her home, did all of this. And the brother just bought $1 million home. Brother just bought $1 million home. I seen the home that he moved out of. I'm like, damn, that was a nice home that he moved out of. You feel what I'm saying? So, brother, explain how what is the science? What is the, because it got to be, unlock it for the viewers, unlock it for not just us. And Problem 13, family, for those that don't know, just go to Far Money. We got stuff on there, short content about it. You can learn more about it. But explain, I want you to explain, because we're going to clip this part up. What's the secret, brother, to unlocking Problem 13?
For those who don't know what problem number 13 is, Master Fard Muhammad, he brought us what is called the Supreme Wisdom Lessons. And he brought us this Supreme Wisdom Lesson, or this problem number 13. It's conditional. It's conditional on the fact, the secret is us doing the work, not joining the Nation of Islam. And many may think, well, I don't got this and I don't got that. That's because you're not promised luxury money, good home, friendship of all walks of life just because you get your X. You do this because you go out and do what someone with an X does, which is the resurrection of the dead. In doing the work that Master Fard Muhammad brought us to do, this is how we acquire the luxury money, friendship, good homes of all walks of life. So let's analyze problem number 13. What does it say? It says, after learning mathematics, which is Islam, and Islam is mathematics, it stands true. You can always prove it in no limit of time. Then you must learn to use it and secure some benefit while you are living. Pause. What is Islam and message to the black man? Islam is, and this is just my interpretation of it, by the way, Islam is submission to the will of God, right? Submission to the will of God is what Islam is. A Muslim is one who submits their will to do the will of God. So now let's look at the order in the way that this problem number 13 is laid out. After learning mathematics, which is Islam, and Islam is mathematics. So that's to me saying, after learning how to submit your will,
do righteous, yes, sir,
to the will of God, you can always prove it. Then you must learn how to use it. Okay, because see, now if I don't understand that, here's another secret. Somebody asked me, Brother Ben, how do you separate the teachings and making money? I don't. It says you must learn how to use it. Why did Master Fard Muhammad put us in suits and bow ties? I heard out of the minister's mouth, because he wanted to make you business people, not paper boys going out with the final call.
That's a product.
Yeah, this is just a product to get you into the homes to come back and bring them another product. This is the minister's words. We're taking the final call, not to give me $2, brother. $2. I'm not making my living off no damn $2 of paper. But this is what people on social media make you. Oh, they pimping the brothers. Oh, they got them out there. That's the only thing they do is make money. No, this is just the introduction. Introducing you to the word so I can understand you, have a conversation, become friends, build a relationship, and then come back with another product that fulfills your need. So as we submit to Islam, as we submit to these teachings this way, Farrakhan's way, Elijah's way, in doing that, we're going to find ways to make money, but by using it, then look at what it says. Then you must learn to use it and secure some benefit while you living. Does it say after you die in the sweet by and by? In the sky? No, man. We said we want some sound on the ground while we still around. So it says and secure some benefit while you are living. Then watch this. It quantifies it. It tells us what this is. It's not saying, oh, it's all spooky, spiritual. It's direct. It says that is luxury, money, good homes, and friendship in all walks of life.
And I had heard the minister say this too, Brother Ben. He said this too on the lecture. The Quran says, you know, the believers, they are the successful ones. And so it's like, hey, this is in the Quran, it ain't in me. Like, this ain't nothing we saying. Like, this is just what it is, because you you touched on that when you said that final call. Like I made significant income off the final call for a couple of years. I used to be out there 7 days a week, and I never looked at it like that. I looked at it like this is getting me and grooming me into entrepreneurship, because profit sales outweigh the wages all day, and I'm doing what I signed up for the nation to do. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm getting rewarded every day. Oh man, wasn't nothing better than that, man. Dealing with the heat and all that. That's something that's different. But hey, I was free. My phone call, I ain't gotta say, hey brother, I can't talk right now. I got to go. I'm at work. No, I can answer the phone, be on the block. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So, and let me give you another secret. Here's the real secret right here. There's a quote from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Let me just say that the secret is Farrakhan. That's how I see it. The secret is Farrakhan. Watch this. There's a quote. The minister, this is the power of love. He said this in 1972. He said, quote, "You say, well, the people are poor." He say, "I didn't make them poor." "Yeah, well, why should you wear fine clothes if the people don't have any?" He says, if you follow the same God I'm teaching about, they won't be raggedy, naked, hungry, and out of doors. What the hell is wrong with you? Then we seen on the 90th birthday, go back and watch it, of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We together as a nation came together and pooled our resources together and bought the minister some gold.
9 ounces.
And then when you open up this broadcast, you said that is the real money. Now, we came together as a nation when we got the call. I bet you then now one of us we didn't hesitate. We didn't have to think, do I want to give to the minister? Man, let me think about if I want to put the ass onto the minister. It was no question. Why? Because this man gave me life.
Gave me life.
This man resurrected me. This man gave me the reality of God. I've seen this man sacrifice. He's given me understanding, knowledge, all this. See, this is all to me a part of problem number 13 if we but knew. So look at what the minister said during this lecture. He said to my ministers, if you followed me better, you wouldn't be so worried about your expenses. Think about that.
I heard it.
When he's talking about this money that we was able to give him as a gift for what he's done for us, if you follow me better, you wouldn't have to worry about your expenses. So the key is being a servant. The scripture says the greatest among you will be a servant. So I have a quote that I teach in digital real estate that says, focus on passive impact, not just passive income, because the more people you impact, the more income will come. See, behind that dollar, behind that gold is a human being. This is what I said years ago. I don't care what the currency is. The dollar can fall and we can go to silver. The dollar can fall and we can go to gold. The whatever can fall, we can go to trading bottle tops. If I give you something of value, whatever you have as a possession, whether if it's gold, crypto, the dollar, you're going to exchange it with me. So I don't be worried about what the currency is. You the real asset. If I impact you, you are in control over the money. So if I give you something of value that you see more valuable than this currency that you have, you're going to exchange it with me. So to me, that's the key. Following Farrakhan's way. Look at how he sacrificed. Look at how he gives. Look at how he serves. You can use all the principles that we see in the minister and employ it into your business, and you will see your sales grow. Think about it. The minister's not everywhere, but he is. How do you scale a business? You can't scale a business with just you. You have to have what? Helpers, a team. When you go into Dallas, you don't get a meeting with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I got to meet my student minister that's in Dallas. But he's giving us guidance based on who? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So he's able to scale himself all over the world. He don't have to physically be there. He has duplicated himself, put all of his words in other ministers And now he can service you. You don't even know you're being impacted by Farrakhan when you're being impacted by that student minister, because this who he got it from. So he's even showed us how to scale and rebuild a business by how he rebuilt the nation. Look at what he said when he heard Brother Jabril, when he read that paper. He said that day he got back up and started to rebuild the nation. How many of us, we got an idea and we had this idea years ago and we still ain't executed on it. We still ain't moved out on it. We still ain't called nobody. We still ain't sold nothing. The minister started to rebuild the nation once he woke back up that day. Many of us been procrastinating. We had something that we was going to do January 1st. We had new goals. We still ain't did it.
Still ain't did nothing.
So he is the blueprint if we but knew.
Man, that was deep, brother. That's deep, man. When we coming to a close. We done passed the top of the hour. All right, so we coming to a close, man. So this is man, that was heavy, right? So listen, all right. Whew. Why? See, because I have, like I said, I have watched you. I have seen you do businesses. I have seen you do deals. I have seen, you know, I have seen this stuff fall, friendship broken up. I don't know. I was on the outside looking in, so I can't say what happened, who was at fault. It don't even really matter, right? To see what went on, you know what I'm saying? BWO, ABS tribe. You know, I was applauding. I was like, y'all start like, okay, they come together. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? They got this boom, 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 boom. You know, but that failed. But businesses do fall. You know what I'm saying? And to see you get up, still, nobody could have went to your page and told anything was really affecting you. You know what I'm saying? Personally, right? But we do know these things happen. It does. It is a mental weight down. You know what I'm saying? It is some, some stuff that goes on because, this happens, right? You fall out with somebody you trust or whatever happened like that, especially money involved, livelihood involved, reputation involved, you know what I'm saying? But back in November of last year, 2022, right? You inboxed me, and it was just a spontaneous video I made. Video got almost 50,000 views on it. And but I know I had made contact with you previously, way before this, and asked you to take a look at what we were doing over here with GSPartners. But I want to ask you why GSPartners, but to the level on why, because I seen you did other stuff. I seen you do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? But why did you not only come in the way you came in, but even promote it? I know that ain't, you do digital real estate, that's what you do, that's your brand, but even to still share it every week, twice a week, whatever, and bring people into GSPartners, like, why was GSPartners that choice? Because I know with your status, with your influence on social media, people got to be in your bin boxes with all type of deals, with all type of stuff, right? Say, hey, come over here, we got this, come look at this, come look at this, we doing this. Like, why GSPartners though, that you said that, look, I will build this business. I will refer other people to this. Why?
Well, my initial reason for joining is, one, because of your consistency in promoting it. I have been seeing you talk about it on Facebook. At the time, of course, I was dealing with my own business, so I didn't have a lot of time to watch nobody else's webinars or, introductions, because at that time, everybody was reaching out telling me they got this $1 million idea, $1 billion idea. Man, I've had people inbox me saying, man, I need you to get me in contact with Nick Cannon. I got this $1 billion idea. It's like I got so much in my inbox that anybody who brought anything, I kind of just shut it down, because it's just coming from everywhere. But at that specific time around November, or maybe a little bit before November, like maybe October, I was in a position where I didn't want to depend on selling of my program to make a living. So at that time, I had just relaunched digital real estate a couple months ago, and it all went to another company. And so a lot of the people that supports me already have my program, but with another company. And I didn't benefit from those sales as I would if I would have dropped it with my new company that I have, Rebuilding Digital Real Estate. I'll put it that way. And I'm like, man, times is getting hard, COVID and people losing jobs. I'm like, I'm going to always sell this program because I know what we selling it for is way more valuable than what we selling it for. So I'm going to always push digital real estate, but I want something that's passive. I want something that's I ain't got to worry about sales and making content and trying to stay up all night making videos and marketing. Like I'm going to always do that, but I want something passive. So I'm going through your page one day and I click the link and it says 4.15% a week. Now, God works in a beautiful way because I had no idea about trading. I had no idea about percentages and all that before BWO. One of the founders, he taught that. And I was a student of his because I didn't know nothing about that. So that's where I learned about growing your money in percentages. That's why I learned I didn't even understand what that meant before then. And so it's now as I'm saying, this is my first time even saying that, as I'm noticing, man, I learned about percentages there, but maybe God was preparing me to get the understanding of it to even notice what that even meant when I clicked the link in your bio. So when I click the link in the bio, I'm seeing 4.15% a week. So I'm like, okay, I need some of this right now. I need something that's going to consistently come in. So I wanted to start off with something small. Let me see if this is real. 4.15% a week. Let me just put 2,500 in. So I put 2,500 in, man, and that thing was coming in 41, boom, 41, boom, 41, boom, 41, boom. Then brother Kevin sponsored me a $10,000 one. I said, man, I want to get this Apollo, but man, I got some money. The brother's supposed to be paying me back. I'm owed 10,000. So man, it's supposed to come up to brother Kevin say, man, I got you, beloved. That was really big for me because the fact that he was willing to give it, okay, they really is making some money. I know he know I'm in the nation, but he don't know me like that. So he gives me the 10. I say, hey, okay, shoot. Then he shows me his back office, on the Zoom that we had. So most people with these type of programs, man, they always say what you could make, man. You could make 6 figures. Oh, brother, if you came into this program, brother, you could be making $1 million. I was approached with something like that with that company that they had those signs, you should be here. People talking about how much money they should make. And then years later, the brother stopped promoting it. He wasn't making it. He just talking about what could happen. So people always, when you approach them, they talking about, well, come look at this presentation. And that always throw me off because you trying to get me to look at what somebody else doing. Now, what you doing? So when I seen brother Kevin show me his back office, that was big for me. Y'all probably don't know that, but that was big for me because if y'all would have just showed me a presentation, I know about presentations. I know about webinars. I know how to put it in there. I got the story, make it look good. No, but he was like, no, you can see my numbers. Look, here's the percentage. And so when I came in, he sponsored me. Boom, I was able to get the money back, paid him back. And this money is coming in on a weekly basis. I'm the type of person where I'm going to do it first. Anything y'all seen me promote, I was involved in it in some type of way. Not meaning I was involved, like, for example, the trading. I was learning trading myself. When y'all saw me promote other things, I was invested in it myself. And so, okay, this is working for me. I'm a person of documentation, letting you guys know what I'm in. And I say, hey, man, I got to put this out on social media. Not that I'm telling y'all to move your money from the banks to get in, but let me create a series where I'm just documenting my process. Every week I started just showing this is what I'm making a week. So I start out, okay, I'm making $200 a week. I'm at $500 a week. I'm at $1,000 a week. I'm at $2,000. And that thing just kept growing. And that was how I was able to bring people in, not by me promoting in a way like y'all come join. It was, hey, this is what I'm doing. I joined this program. If y'all want to join, click here. And so I was able to build, man, something success. Man, we've since I've been in this program, we've probably been doing in business over $500,000 a month, probably. since I've hit executive every single month that I've been in. And I've been doing like this.
Oh, it's on the blockchain. We can show it. It's on the blockchain. So
over half a million, man, is what we've been able to bring in. And a lot of times I may go live sometimes because I miss out once a month, just giving an update about what's happening. But I just wanted to show people, like, I know y'all skeptical about programs. I am too. I don't know what's going to happen. The first time the site shut down and we couldn't, I said, oh, Lord, here we go. Damn, I was panicking too. So I'm just someone who's like, hey, man, I'll be the guinea. I ain't gonna say guinea pig. I'll be the guinea sheep, the guinea lamb, and jump in first. And it's just been consistent every single week since November. This thing been paying out. And then I got my first quarter payout. Ooh, now the quarter paying out. Uh-oh. Then I got my second quarter payout. Uh-oh. So, man, this program has been a lifesaver for me. I can truly say that it has literally saved my financial life. And I'm not saying this because I'm in the program. I'm not saying this because I'm a marketer. I'm saying this because in reality, we had to rebuild our digital real estate program. Think about it. All the people that really rock with me already got the program with the past company that I'm not with no more. So I got to rebuild and resell this to new people. So I don't have the same list even that I had back in the day. So we still in a rebuilding process. So in order for me to pay multiple households and to pay my expenses, it was because of this program right here that granted me. And of course, my discipline of being able to take the money instead of withdrawing it, put it back in. But without this program, man, I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now.
Man, all praise be to Allah, man. I want to thank you, my brother, for coming in. Y'all heard it. Why GS Partners? This is the GS Partners series. Why GS Partners series we running? Man, so I want to thank you for coming in, my brother. We definitely, man, I want to ask you if I invite you back, are you going to come back?
Yeah, of course.
Do this again. Yes, sir, man. Thank you, brother. Love you, brother. Tell the wife I said what's up, the children, whatever. Hey, but listen, bonus question before you go. And before we get to the bonus question, go ahead and tell everybody that's not already following you where they can follow you at. Your real, because he got this brother here on IG. This brother got so many clones. Well, they should have made that movie. They have cloned Ben X. That should have been named, right? But tell them that your real, you know what I'm saying, your platform from you, so they can know if it ain't this platform that he give you, it ain't him. Telling you now.
So I done got verified now. So just go follow the one with the check at Brother Ben X on all platforms. That's Twitter, that's TikTok, that's Instagram, Facebook. Always be mindful of the spelling of the @ name. You can oftentimes put Brother Ben X as the username. Well, not username, as the like display names. Don't be fooled by the display name. Always click on the page on TikTok specifically, because they can make it seem like they can make it look like at Brother Ben X. But when you look at the username, they're always going to have an underscore. Brother may be spelled wrong. So don't get so excited. A lot of people, because of who I am, they be excited. Oh, Brother Ben X DM me. So they don't even think let me go check the username. So they move too fast. Man, people have lost a lot of money through that, unfortunately. They lost thousands of dollars thinking that they get into some Bitcoin investing with me. And that's why I went ahead and did what I had to do to get verified, man, because, you know, I hated seeing those stories, because it's like, dang, these dudes outworking me. The spammers, y'all talking to them more than you talking to me. You buying a product that don't exist. You ain't even bought mine yet. But yeah, at Brother Ben X on all platforms where you can follow me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So the bonus question is, man, by you being a millennium, the Joshua generation, what we represent, what is your advice to the young people in America that's trying to find their way in this ever-changing marketplace, economy, whatever the hell America, I don't know what the hell America got going on, because they always changing stuff, right? But what is your advice to the youngsters that want to be an entrepreneur but can't really find their footing on a job, don't like the job? But what is your advice to them? What would you tell that young brother that say, man, I want to go full time. I want to do my social media thing. I got a business idea, but I need some money. What would you tell them? How would you tell them to, to push through?
The first thing I would say is find out and determine vividly, write it down where you want to go. The scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The scripture says, be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. So when you have your mind on a specific thing that you want to go, you start to attract different opportunities to you, because now you have a different frequency that you're on. You're vibrating at a higher level because that's at the forefront of your mind. And then when you have these things at the forefront of your mind, you start to notice opportunities that's already around you. So first determine where you want to go. And that allows you to reverse engineer. So if I know I want to make a certain amount of money, then I know how much my product costs. Then I can do the math and say, what is my conversion rate? How many do I have to sell? How many do you see what I'm saying? How many people do I have to reach out to a day? How many people do I need to talk to per day? So you start to put together a plan once you know where you want to go. I always tell people, Siri gives you no directions before you put the destination in. Siri doesn't speak or say anything or guide you to go anywhere until you determine where you want to go. I often say a coach, a millionaire, the wisest man on earth, oftentimes can't really give you step-by-step instructions until you know where you want to go. See, if you know you want to go to college and I'm telling you to don't go to college, well, I got to know where you want to go to give you the proper guidance. And always see problems as an opportunity versus just a problem. We have something in our supreme wisdom called the problem book. And based on how many you answer or you solve the problems, it says at the end of it, you will get a reward. Now, I don't know what that necessarily means per se with Master Fard Muhammad speaking. I don't know who done figured that out yet. But I started to look at it though and say, well, the more problems I solve for people in life, the more money I get. So what I would encourage young people to do is not get caught up in complaining, not get caught up in the negatives of life. Always see life as an opportunity. Always see so-called losses as lessons. Because when you think about it, what problem do many people have on social media today? There are many teachers right now who teach online and they don't have a team to create content. Why don't you become a servant and say, hey, I notice that you go live often, but you don't have clips that go out for the people who don't have the time to watch your hour show, your hour podcast. Well, I'll create clips for your podcast for you and just pay me for whatever we work out. That's just you seeing a problem and solving the problem. So the key is focus on being a servant. Business is the activity of life, providing goods and service for others. As long as we keep the needs of others in mind, we'll always come up with the modern business idea. Right now, there's AI technology. You think everybody understands AI? No. What if you took the time to understand AI and you created a business that shows people how to implement AI in their companies to make them more efficient? That's money that's waiting on you. That's $1 million business if you reach the right business owners. So if you always staying in tune with the modern time, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said this: if you do not keep up with the modern technology, you will be left behind. Matter of fact, let me play it for you because I just found it. And because when I talk about digital real estate in the beginning, people was talking about digital, we got to stick to the old way and all this. Okay, this is from the minister many, many decades ago. I want y'all to listen to this. I just found this the other day. Come on, man. Let me see where it's at. Dang, man, I got so many videos, I done lost it. But I want to try to hear it directly from him.
When you find it, even if you find it now, but please send that to me too as well. because that's something that we definitely be highlighting and pulling the minister word. You got to stay
on my
in.
other phone.
You got it?
No, it's probably on my other phone. I'll search for it and get it to y'all. But the minister said if you don't keep up with the modern technology, you will be left behind. And so when you see AI technology come out, when you see the metaverse and things of this nature, you don't always have to join things or get into things for their reasons, because many people are always talking about their alternative motives and oh, they are wicked and they building it for this. Always think about how you can build something for God. How can I use social media for God? How can I use the metaverse for God? How can I use making videos, TikTok, for God? And if you can keep that at the forefront of your mind, I think that will always allow you to be creative and come up with those creative ideas that you need. And I would also say this: don't try to operate in a new reality with an old mentality. Don't try to operate in a new reality with an old mentality, because when you start to operate in this world, a lot of things are digital. For example, do you know that you can literally sit at home and dang near become like your own Walmart from home? Do Walmart produce all of their products, or do they buy the products from other people low and then sell it for higher? You can do that from home. That's called drop shipping. So always keep up, man, with modern times. Make sure that you find something where you can be a servant and love it. The reason I say love it, because in life and in business, you're going to have ups and downs, like obviously I've had. But if I didn't love what I do, I would have quit years ago, because it can be hard, man. It can be tough. And the money don't always come next month. Everything ain't like GSPartners where it's going to come in 7 days. Yeah, everything ain't like that. So sometimes it's going to take some time of you investing out of your own pocket, and you plant seeds in the ground, and it takes years for them to germinate. And if you don't love it, you'll quit. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said this from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad: your purpose is most likely that which you love to do, that which you do best, do good and love to do most. If you can find out, man, what do I really love? What's second nature to me? What do I do good? What do I really love? And then stop doubting yourself, because oftentimes we got gifts and talents, and the reason that we don't notice it is because we always down on ourselves. For example, when somebody say, boy, you can show sing, girl, you can sing. I'm all right, I just, everyone. But that may be your gift. So a lot of us are killing our own gift on the inside before anybody else does. So that would be my advice that I would give.
Man, that's good advice, great advice. But like I said, thank you, brother, for coming on. We're definitely going to have you back. Hope to see you where I will, inshallah. See you, the wife, and the team. We're going to be in Atlanta, family. So you want to get in touch with Brother Ben, come to Let's Go Weekend 12, which will be the last Let's Go Weekend that Wealth Builders Worldwide is putting on. So it's going to be power packed. We're going to party like it's 1999. All right. Whatever the hell that means. I don't even know what that means. All right. But we're going to party like that, family. So I want to thank Brother Ben for tuning in. Thank you, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So, all right, family. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube family. Follow Brother Ben on all the platforms that he told you if you're not already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forward Money Network, New Millennium Bankers. We will be in Atlanta, Georgia, April the 25th. I mean, not April, August the 25th, August the 26th. All right. We will be in Atlanta, Georgia at the Georgia Convention Center. So if you are in the area, you want to come and learn all about what GSPartners is about, what Ben was just talking about, what got us clean, what got us buying cars and homes and doing what we want to do, freedom. If you want to get that freedom, family, then come to that event, come there, meet us, and let us show you what we're doing and show you how easy it is to put your money to work. So, family, with that being said, next Saturday, this is the series GSPartners. We're bringing on none other, Continental Executive, Gold Standard Bank partner, Continental Executive, ex-insurance broker, ex-real estate mogul, our guru, Mr. Gregory McKay. So I want everybody to understand that's what we on next week. And then after that, I gotta confirm who the guest gonna be after that. But we supposed to have a dynamic duo couple that's supposed to be gracing the platform, and they're gonna let me interview both of them at the same time. But that's the week after we bring on Gregory McKay. Gregory McKay was a millionaire from real estate and insurance. Trying to tell you, he's a continental executive in GSB right now, along with Brother Ben as a continental executive. That means they doing at least $300,000 in revenue, right? I'm a continental executive. So family, come be here next week. Be on the lookout for that flyer about Tuesday, late Tuesday, early Wednesday, Mr. Gregory McKay. So with that being said, family, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Please share this up, clip this up, do whatever you're going to do with it. Let us get the word out. It was a powerful show. This is what we're running, family. So with that being said, family, we want to thank y'all for tuning in, but we're going to leave y'all with a commercial from the last Let's Go Weekend so you can get a snippet on what Let's Go Weekend is all about. Check it out. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
This is the real deal. This is by far the place that you want to be. When you hear Let's Go Weekend again, Let's Go Weekend 12, you need to be here because you're going to learn everything you need to learn about how to take your assets and put them to work as well as build your business.
So Dr. Tigers, it's a Yes, sir. Yes.